Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Good afternoon, dear Dr. Abdul Wahab Zaid, Secretary General of Khalifa International Award for Date Palm and Agricultural Innovation, distinguished scientific committee, distinguished guests from inside and outside UAE, respected media representative, we are delighted and honored to meet you today in the 7th Scientific Virtual Lecture organized by Khalifa International Award for Date Palm and Agricultural Innovation in its 2021 Scientific Knowledge Sharing Program. And now we would like to welcome the Award Secretary General, Dr. Abdul Wahab Zayed, to give his welcoming note. Dr. Zayed, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Dear respected excellencies, distinguished guests, respected researchers, date palm growers, honorable scientific committee members, we apologize for this slight delay. We are trying to get in contact with the North American area. And let's start the official welcoming. Good afternoon. On behalf of Khalifa International Award for Date Palm and Agricultural Innovation, General Secretariat, I would like to welcome you through this virtual platform to the 7th lecture of the series of virtual scientific conferences in its second session, 2021, and would like to extend the greeting of His Excellency Sheikh Nahyan Mubarak Al Nahyan, Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, Chairman of the Award Board of Trustees, where these initiatives did receive the attention and continuous support of His Highness. The present conference comes to reflect the award commitment to define its target groups and the nomination mechanism to all the awards categories. We aim through this lecture to also motivate experts, specialists in date palm cultivation and agricultural innovation, and date growers to participate in the award and compete in any of its categories. We are also pleased to welcome Professor Hoffman, Frank Hoffman, Chairman of the Scientific Committee of the Khalifa Award, and the honorable members of the Scientific Committee, Dr. Jose Ignacio Escobedo, Dr. Harrison Hughes, Dr. Yvonne Martel, Dr. Abdullah bin Abdullah, Dr. Samir Shakir, and Dr. Fatima Al-Ansari. Professor Hoffman was supposed to be presenting to us today the scientific lecture entitled Activities and Responsibilities of the Award Scientific Committee. But since there was a problem in connecting him, I tasked Mr. Ahd to keep trying to contact him and to get him with us, but not to make anybody waiting. I am taking the liberty to start the introduction that was supposed to be done by Professor Hoffman. And after that, we will give the floor to other members, honorable members of the scientific committee. Mr. Ahd, could we share the screen, please?
Yes, doctor, sure.
As I was saying, the The presentation of today was supposed to be done by Professor Franz Hoffman. He's from USA and he's the president of the scientific committee of the award. The subject of today's presentation, as you know, is activities and responsibilities of the award scientific committee. Next, please. As you know, such award was established in 2007 and by an official government presidential decree, which established the basic foundation of the Khalifa Award. Next, please. The vision of the award, as most of you know, is to support and to strengthen the efforts of the date palm and agricultural innovation sectors in order to fulfill the 2030 UN sustainability goals. The message of the award is to appreciate all distinguished efforts made to develop the agricultural sector, to assist in establishing national, regional, and international cooperation between relevant regional and international organizations, and of course, last but not least, to spread the date palm and agricultural innovation knowledge among target groups. The mission of the award is to create a positive environment that will assist and help in stimulating creativity, innovation in the agricultural field with a special focus on the date palm. Also, the mission of the award is appreciating the efforts of the winners that contribute to the enhancement of food security in our region. Next, please. The Board of Trustees of the award is under the wise leadership of His Excellency Sheikh Nahyan Mbarak Al Nahyan. He is, as you know, Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, but at the same time, as I say, President of the Board of Trustees. As you can see, there are other 9 members of the Board of Trustees, the Director General of the FAO, the Minister of Climate Change and Environment of UAE, UAE Minister of Food and Water Security, the Director General of ADAFSA. We have also the Director General of the Arab Organization of Agricultural Development, the Director General of ICARDA. We have Dr. Hilal Al-Kaabi as a member of the board, but also he plays the role of the administrative and financial officer in charge of these departments. We have Mr. Nasser Al-Jasmi. He's been recently nominated to be a member of the board to represent the youth of UAE in such honorific board of trustees, and modestly myself. Next, please. The scientific committee, as you know, is made of Professor Franz Hoffman. He is the board head, president, and we have 6 other honorable board members: Professor Jose Cobero from Spain, Professor Harrison Hughes from USA, Professor Yvonne Martel from Canada, Professor Abdullah bin Abdullah from Tunisia, Professor Samir Shakir from Iraq, but represented Date Palm Global Network, and Professor Fatima Al-Ansari from UAE University. Next, please. So the aim of today is that under the title, the award open it up to the world, and we invite the world to participate. You have the link of the website of such important award that anybody could open and go through different things. Next, please. So, Mr. Ahmed.
Afwan, Doctor, if you allow me, we can jump to Dr. Samir Shakir presentation category.
Okay.
And then we will get back to their excellencies.
Okay, go ahead.
Dr. Samir, if you please unmute yourself.
Yeah,
Dr. Samir, please unmute yourself. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Samir. Samira, can you please unmute Dr. Samir?
Yes, I did.
تفضل Dr. Samir. Yeah, you can start, Dr. Samir. Please, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Now we will start with the category 3, the criteria for category 3. Those categories, there are now three subcategories because there was a modification of the this category to cover the producers, processors, as well as the marketers. Therefore, we have to have three subcategories criteria. Next. The pictures are on the. I have to remove the photos here. All right. Now, the first criteria is the scope of this criteria is given to date producer, manufacturers, and marketers, as I said, and it will cover individuals, organizations, companies, and other commissions who are in development of farm and the sector. The application should demonstrate their achievements and performance and their presentation. And next, please. Next. The first evaluation of A, which is the producers, there are 10 criteria. Each one has a certain way for the and when we digital the ranking. The first one is the size and facility of the farm, average annual date production and farm productivity, type and variety of high quality commercial dates, farm quality management, good agricultural practices gap, and in addition to organic dates and so on. Application of innovative and new and digital agricultural technology, utilization of farm residues and cellulose material, self-development via research and trial on the spot, on the farm. Also, the impact of the social and economic impact on environment. Besides all that, all firms or processors, they have usually evaluation by annual financial and administrative auditing reports, which shows the level and the performance of that farm. Besides looking for the certificates, awards, letters of appreciations, and so on. All those, besides some others maybe, we consider them as an evaluation criteria, and will be giving tests for each and wait for each, and then we do the final result to the chair. Next, please. Next. For the manufacturers, there are some differences definitely in the criteria. We consider the capacity of factory, raw dates, and facilities. Capacity of the raw dates as well as the facilities. Besides the machine's quality, the facilities quality, and the technologies applied. Also, we consider the types and varieties of dates used and packaging material, business and operation strategy, and sustainability, number of date products, derived products, and all those products were added value. Good manufacturing practices. Good manufacturing practices. This will, compared to the GAP, GMP, and the processing. Good manufacturing practices. Utilization of secondary and byproducts, production of organic products, quality management, and hygienic processing operations. Financial and administrative auditing support. Besides all that, the quality certificates, branding, awards, etc. Next, please. We come to marketing. This is the third stage of the activities of in this industry. We talk about the site facilities and worldwide sale of date and date products and derived date products, digital strategy, and interactive advertising. Professional background on dates and date products. The marketer should have a background of dates and date products when he markets his and promote his products. Worldwide consumer trends and food habits. You should be aware of what habit and what consumer trends are. Marketing and promotion planning. You should have planning already. A branding policy and packaging. Product differentiation marketing strategy to be distinguished. And this is very important to show that their products has some unique or some distinguished standards or specifications, which will help him and to promote his products. Types, varieties, and good quality dates, as well as the derived date products. Market research dates and the products with projection. The marketing companies should have projection of any market and the targets in each country and the level of the social people there and their income and so on. And final things, the performance report, auditing certificate, award, and so on, which he had already got it, so it can be evaluated or assessed the right way. Thank you very much, sir. That's all.
Thank you, Dr. Samir. Now we would like to invite Professor Hughes. Professor Franz Hoffman. You are welcome. Floor is yours. Professor Hoffman.
Professor Hoffman, you are muted. Unmute yourself, please.
Yeah.
Yes, now you can talk.
So did we have already the introduction? And because we just came in, we couldn't get into the presentation.
I just welcomed the people, I introduced them, and then since we couldn't get in touch with you, we asked Professor Samir Shakir to start with his presentation, and now we are back to you as if nothing happened. Could you go ahead, please?
Okay, so I pretend nothing happened. Are the others, all the others also couldn't get in? Are they now, have they joined us?
We have Professor Jose, he's in. We are waiting just for Professor Hughes.
Okay, Martel is also in. Yeah. All right, then I pretend that nothing happened. And I would have started with saying good morning from Southern California. And I would have thanked Professor Zaid for the introduction And I thank you all for joining this presentation today. Originally, our generous award was established in recognition of outstanding contributions to all aspects of the date palm. The dedication of such a truly magnificent award reflects the family-rooted love of His Highness Sheikh Khalifa bin Zayed Al Nahyan of agriculture, and specifically of a palm tree of tremendous religious, social, cultural, environmental, and economic importance. An importance that has never been fully comprehended by people not living in a date-producing country. However, in 2016, the scope of the award was extended to include agricultural innovations that benefit the greater Middle East. Through this edition of species-independent agricultural innovation, the award opened up to the world. Drought, heat, salinity, desertification, or soil degradation, accelerated by the dramatic warming of our planet, are threatening food security and environmental and political stability in an increasing number of countries. Furthermore, many modern and digital agricultural techniques such as phenotyping or remote sensing and many others benefit the agriculture of all regions of this world, including the Middle East. Thus, the award opened up to the world in 2016, and we invite the world to participate. Please tell your colleagues from everywhere of this generous Khalifa Award. The award is not only generous, but also unique in that it honors world-leading researchers, governmental and private project leaders, inventors, producers, and farmers, large and small. In past pre-COVID years, when the award ceremony was still physically attended by the winners, I witnessed numerous inspiring discussions between people that otherwise would rarely have met and exchanged ideas. And I know of such connections that are still working cooperations today in science and in business. Let's hope that COVID-2 is behind us next year and that we can honor the winners again in person in a beautifully staged ceremony in Abu Dhabi, as we did in previous years. Now, how are the winners chosen? What are the mechanisms and criteria we use to select the winners? The award winners are suggested, not selected, by the scientific committee. The award is usually open for application until the end of December. In early January, the committee is given the abstracts of all applicants, currently usually between 150 and 200 in 5 different award categories. Category 1, the research category, is always the front runner, making up approximately 50% of the applications. The committee communicates electronically, that is, we are not physically meeting to evaluate the applications. In the first step, all committee members select up to 10 abstracts per category to be included into the second round. The committee members report their choices together with some written comments to the committee chair, and the chair compiles a list of approximately up to 10 abstracts per category. In generally, we are very flexible in going beyond 10, making sure that we do not overlook a deserving application. Furthermore, every committee member can request the additional inclusion of any abstracts. Around mid-January, the committee is given the selected full proposals for evaluation. At this point, we also use the internet and databases and personal contacts to access additional information if required. In addition to making written comments, we use a simple but very effective point system to grade the application. And now I would like to have my first slide, the very first. First. One before that. No, this one was correct. Please, the one before that. This is the point I made already, and because it is really the most important point in my message today, I want to have you have it on the screen in both languages. The award opened up to the world, and we invite the world to participate. Please inform all your colleagues worldwide of this generous award. And now, please, the next slide. These are the rules that are given to the committee members to evaluate the second round proposals. In addition to written comments, the members are asked to assign 0 points to proposals that should absolutely not win the award. If you notice issues that could damage the award's reputation, for example, predatory journal, plagiarism, social irresponsibility in projects, and so on, point those out to protect the award. And then assign 1 to 5 points to all other proposals. Assign 5 points to your first choice, but only once. Assign 4 points to your second choice, but only once. And assign 1, 2, or 3 points to the rest of the proposal. Next, the committee makes a first and second place recommendation per category with detailed comments to the awards secretariat by the end of January. The secretariat then discusses the committee's recommendations with the president of the Board of Trustees, His Highness Sheikh Nahyan Mubarak Al Nahyan. If there are discrepancies in opinion, which is rare, but can occasionally happen, usually due to some privileged information that was not available to the committee, these discrepancies are discussed and resolved. This may include the suspension of the award for one of the categories or the splitting of the award to 2 winners. Shortly after the agreement has been reached and all members of the committee have been informed, a press conference is called and the winners are announced to the public. The awards ceremony is usually attended by the committee members, and this is an opportunity for us to meet and to critically discuss our procedures and suggestions from applicants and winners. May I now ask my colleagues to step in and to specify what we are looking for in applications for the different categories. Let's start with category 1. Please, Yvonne, take over.
Thank you, President Hoffman, and thank you, Dr. Zaid and Ahed. Dear colleagues and participants, I would like, as indicated by Professor Hoffman, to present the first category of the California International Award for Date Palm and Agriculture Innovation as established by the Board of Trustees. It is called Distinguished Innovative Studies and Modern Technology. This category is for high-level, cutting-edge science. The number of proposals received is usually high, with 51 last year and 67 proposals received the year before. I will talk about the definition, the qualification, and say a few words on what the scientific committee is expecting in the evaluation process. First, let's look at the definition. This category is for the submission of an original research publication. We often call it a scientific paper. The publication must have been through a peer review process as established by the policy of the journal. The publication should have been published in a major international journal. A single publication must be submitted, but up to 3 other publications can be added if they are directly linked to the main paper. And finally, it should be noted that books and so-called scholarship documents such as PhD and master degree theses are accepted in this category. Next slide. To qualify for this category, the research presented must be in the area of palm innovation or in the area of agriculture innovation. It is therefore important to mention that it applies to all agriculture innovation. In addition, it is not limited to natural sciences. Innovative studies in other science disciplines, engineering, and the humanities can qualify if benefiting the date palm or the agriculture sector of the Gulf and surrounding subtropical arid region. Fourth, the publication must be authored or co-authored by the applicant. And finally, the publication must already be accepted or published in the last 5 years. Next slide, please. I would like to conclude by saying that the role of the scientific committee is to evaluate the scientific merit and the impact of the proposal on the agriculture industry and the socio-economic development of the region. Therefore, the scientific committee is looking for 4 major elements. Looking for a clear objective of the research in the abstract and the publication. Looking for the new knowledge created by the publication. Looking for the benefits on science, date palm, agriculture, innovation, or the region. And finally, the scientific committee is looking for an abstract that can be understood not only by specialists, but less precise people working in the field. Sometimes it is better for the author to rewrite an abstract suitable for the award rather than using the abstract of the paper itself. On this, I would like to offer you the best success for this category.
Thank you, Professor Yuban. Now we call Professor Jose Cobero, please, to start the second category.
Good afternoon for everybody. Thank you very much, Professor Hoffman and Dr. Said and Ahed and all the people working for this seminar. And congratulations, because really it's working very well. I am very grateful to my colleague, our colleague, Fatima Aransari, because of she helped me in she translated the captions and the titles into Arabic and suggested some ideas to the better reading of the slides. Thank you very much, Fatima. And then next, slide, please. Okay, second category is dealing with projects. This is very important, and as you will see, there is also can be a confusion with category 4, but it is aimed to techniques. This is very important because there is a confusion between applicants not knowing which is better if to apply to category 2 or to category 4. Category 2 is for projects. They can be planned and then they can be acted or completed during the last 5 years. And they are, in general, large and big projects affecting communities, regions, and social structures. Also, educational projects related to date palm or agriculture in the region. In the region, as Professor Hoffman said, it is opening, the award is widening the scope to innovation in agriculture because even the ag regions will benefit from new innovations. Then keep in mind that the category 2 is for projects. Next slide, please. Then these are very important points. We have to evaluate the quality, the innovative quality, the size, and the social impact of the project. I insist very much on the word project because there is still a confusion with the category 4, and also the environmental, educational, and economic impact of the project. Next, please. It is curious, but the requirement of 5 years is very rarely accomplished. And we have to deal with that. That it is, well, things happen like that. The most frequent subjects in this category are, well, this category is receiving not that much as the category 1, the first one, and similar to category 4. Let's say 30, 40 applications, and sometimes are a little bit confused between both categories. The most frequent subjects are presented by departments or research centers. Then the production of chemical constituents, especially byproducts. Very frequent are works on insecticide and biocontrol, especially, of course, red weevil. And also plantations and reproductive methods. Very much lesser frequent are books on agricultural topics, but they are accepted, and some works on economy and marketing. Next. And then this is my final slide. Still, I insist on that. If you are uncertain to apply on category 2 or 4, remember, category 2, the emphasis is on innovative projects. And category 4, the emphasis is on innovative techniques. The difference can be a nuance, but it is important to have in mind that. And good luck for all the applicants in the future. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Capero. Now we would like to call Professor Harrison Hughes to start the 4th category. Professor Harrison. Can you please unmute your, Samira, can you unmute Professor Harrison?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, thank you, yes.
Okay, good. Well, greetings, whether it be day or night, wherever you may be. I'm pleased to be here, and I'm presenting category 4, and at this time we're doing this in part because once again there is sometimes confusion between category 2 and 4. Remember, the 4th category, which entitled Pioneering and Sophisticated Innovations Serving the General Agricultural Sector. This is specific techniques that are associated with general agriculture. We like to see it related more commonly to semi-arid regions. It can be date palm or any other aspect of agriculture. Next slide. Once again, it's, excuse me, a new and innovative technique, and it should have direct application. In other words, it should be able to be used currently, and it should be proven that it has a positive effect. Increased yield, more efficiency, that aspect. And it should be proven, not promised. Next slide. We also look for novelty. In other words, not just a technique that rehatches or reviews something that has already been done, but a new technique that improves the efficiency of the technique and its success. So describe it clearly, a demonstration of novelty or newness, something different. Certainly it may be a pollination technique, but an improved technique. Quantification, in other words, how much has it improved the efficiency or the yield, etc. And then that it be evaluated, demonstrate that it's been evaluated, i.e. other folks have used it. So it's a specific technique, typically individuals, small groups, but occasionally a company or a large group does develop these specific new techniques. I will close by saying once again, it has to be demonstrated, it has to be verified, it has to be quantified in terms of its relative value. And it's a technique as compared to a very large project, as indicated in category 2. Once again, we generally have quite a few applicants, but certainly not nearly the number as in category 1. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor Harrison. Now we would like to call Dr. Abdullah bin Abdullah to introduce the 5th category.
Thank you. Greetings from Tunisia for all of you. I would like to thank Dr. Zaid and Professor Rahman and Ahd and all the team working in Khalifa Award for this seminar. I would like to present for you the 5th category, which called influential figure in the field of date palm and agricultural innovation. This category is the candidates, eligible candidates in this category will be suggested by candidates invited by invited nominators or by self-nomination application. Direct application from self-nomination, and this the philosophy behind this is to encourage people for this important date palm and scientific agriculture innovation. Next, please. This award is given to individuals in science, industry, administration, or NGOs that have significantly impacted the sector of date palm in their country or in the region or in the world, or agriculture sector in the region, or major innovation in agriculture, especially in the dry region. But all this is given for major innovation or lifetime achievement. This is very important because it's taking in account the whole career of someone working in this sector or having a major innovation for agriculture. I will conclude by saying good luck for the people for this important award in the world and invite them to apply for this. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Abdullah. Thank you, respected scientific committee. Now we will call Dr. Zayed to introduce the last two slides of the presentation, and then we will go for the questions.
Thank you, Mr. Ad. As you all know, the participation to this important award is open usually for the last 13 years. We are respecting such dates, usually the 1st of May to the 31st of December of each year, giving us a period of 7 months to receive applications. We are trying to select at that moment, before and after the harvest. So people, dealing with date palm in the field will have plenty of time to apply for such award. The winner's name are announced always during the second week of February of each year. For this year, for example, we'll have the second week of February 2022, and the honoring ceremony, which is usually in Abu Dhabi, it is held during the second week of March. We are trying to have a 4 weeks period between the announcement and the celebration. Thus, the organizing committee will have plenty of times, and also the winners and the honored people will have plenty of time to prepare themselves to come. We have to call them, to correspond with them, and to organize their visit in a way to be honored during that official ceremony. So next slide, please. So I am honored to announce, and most of you already know it, for the last 24 years, the United Arab Emirates, at the beginning, it was UAE University in collaboration with the several institutions, but after the third International Date Palm Conference, it was the honor of the Khalifa Award to organize such important event for the last, I think, 4 or 5 times, which means the 7th International Date Palm Conference is a period now of 24 years. Since 1998 to 2022 is 24 years of seriousness and also of reliability and credible approach to the subject. And the 7th International Date Palm Conference will be held during 14-16 March 2022. Hope by that time the COVID era will disappear and public and gathering will be authorized, and hope to see you all during that important ceremony. One thing important, since the last time we announced the organization of such 7th International Date Palm Conference, I am honored to inform you that almost 20 regional and international organizations, open their arms and are willing to co-organize such important event. I can cite for you at the local level 2 ministries, the Ministry of Climate Change and Environment, the Ministry of Food and Water Security, an important institution at Abu Dhabi, ADAFSA, and then, of course, our historic partners, which is the United Arab Emirates University, UAEU. And then at the international level, we have the FAO that we received a very encouraging letter from the new Director General in this regard. The DG of IFAD also expressed the aim of their organization to be a co-organizer of such important event. We have the World Committee on Food Security, also accepted to be our partner and co-organizer. Of course, several other institutions like the International Center for Biosaline Agriculture. We have the famous ICARDA, the famous Arab Organization of Agricultural Development. We have the ARENINA, we have the ACSAT. We have also several national society of date palm in Jordan, in Sudan, we have also from Egypt, and we have also the Arab Union of Date Palm, and of course the Date Palm Friends societies. And the list is still open. We are expecting at least 4 or 5 regional international organizations. This is, I think, the only forum where such a group of prestigious agricultural related institutions, agency, either from the UN or outside, are involved in organizing this important event. I would like from now on to see the scientific committee of such conference start working on the sessions. You know, we already identified the 2 important sessions. One is about the red palm weevil, and the second one is about the medjool variety, as you know, I call it the Rolls-Royce date variety that is now expanding everywhere in the world, mostly the niche market. We will be happy to identify other important sessions in order to be more, specific in the contribution to solve issues and to create opportunities for these crop. With your permission, I would like, we are not at the end of this session or this conference, but I would like to thank Professor Hoffman as president of the committee, the scientific committee of the Khalifa Award. And of course, I would like to thank all my other colleagues, honorable members of this prestigious committee. With your permission, I return the floor to Mr. Ahd, and we will receive questions from the audience. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Abdul Wahab. Just before jumping to the question, we would like to invite all participants to add their contact details, name, email, phone number to the chat, so we can email you the presentation and the link of the video by tomorrow. And now we open the floor for questions. Please, questions by hand raising. We start with Dr. Jabouri. Please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you, Ahad. Thank you, Dr. Zayed. I'm really happy that I'm following this, the award, Khalifa Award, since the first run. And I am, as a president of the Arab Society for Plant Protection and also as a director of Iraqi date palm, I'm always publishing the scientific activities and the announcement and whatever issues from this award. So I would suggest that green scale insect, now it's causing huge damage to date palm in Libya and Sudan. more than 3 million date palm is already gone because of the green pit scale insect or green scale insect. So I would suggest that this pest will be also as a parallel to red palm weevil. Thank you very much.
If I may, Mr. Ad, before giving the floor to a second question, I would like to correct myself. Among the regional organization, of course, the two important society that have been mentioned by my dear brother, Dr. Ibrahim Jabouri, are also did accept to be co-organizer of such event. I'm sorry, I did not forget.
No problem.
This is one. Second, I would like here to take this opportunity to invite Dr. Ibrahim Jabouri to organize a session for this, the green skin insect. You can from now on build your team, and start preparing for a session of 2 or 3 hours.
They are ready. They are ready.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Ahad.
Okay, we will, Dr. Kudara, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Dr. Kudara.
Yes, good evening to all of you.
Yeah, good evening. Please ask your question.
Can a participant the individual farmer in this event? I am an individual farmer from India. I want to participate in international award. If any facility for individual farmer category?
Professor Hoffman, please, you can direct the question, the answer, the question for any one of the scientific committee member.
Yeah, this sounds to me like category 3 or 4 would fit.
Fit for individual farmers.
Yeah, this sounds very much like category that you might have a project that fits in category 3, because category 3 is, if it is a date palm, category 3 is the only category that is only for date palm projects, or category 4 for smaller projects, including date palms, but also agricultural innovation.
Okay, Professor Hoffman, I cultivate intercropping in date palm, lemongrass and Pamarosa, one of the aromatic crops. And my cultivation is too good. So I want to participate in such type of event to extend and elaborate my program and my development.
Okay. So at this point, what questions can we answer for you?
If I may, Professor Hoffman, Dr. Gudara, I think the question is about a great interest of the particular date growers to participate in this award. And I already answered him by proposing him category 3. Dr. Gudara, you are kindly invited to get into website of the Khalifa Award and go to category 3 and see what are the requirements, and then apply, please, before 31st of December. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
I would like to take the opportunity here. Thank you. I would like to take the opportunity here to mention we did the winners usually receive honorific trophy, a recognition certificate, and a prize amount of, depending on the categories, which goes from $250,000 US to $350,000 per winner. Next question.
Dr. Ghada, please, Dr. Ghada Abaza.
I'm pleased to talk with you, and thank you for all. My question is about when will the new competition be announced, and when will the winners' names be announced too? Thank you.
Professor Hoffman?
Yeah, I had difficulties. I'm sorry, I had difficulties to understand.
Well, Dr. Ghada is asking for the program submission and announcement of the winners.
So say it again, please.
Dr. Ghada is asking for the award submission date, program, and announcement of the winners.
The best would be if you would go to our website. On the website, you have the dates. The application period is open until December 31. And what was the other part of the question?
The answer is in one question. The answer is one. She can go to the website and know the program and submission date and date of announcement of the winners. All is on the website.
Right.
Thank you.
Dr. Engineer Anwar Haddad from Jordan Date Association, please, you can ask your question.
Good evening and a good time for everybody. Thank you, Khalifa Award Prize for this opportunity, and thanks Dr. Hoffman, Dr. Zaid, everybody on this meeting. I would like only to thank Khalifa Award about adding a new category regarding the marketing and processing of dates. This is a very huge area, and it is a challenge also for the date production in general. I would like just to thank for this adding this category to the award. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, it seems the questions, there is no more questions. Just we would like to request from all participants, we send the link of the survey to the chat. If they can fill the survey form and submit it so we can improve our lecture in the future. Any more? We have one question from Dr. Sally.
Yes, good afternoon or good evening. Thank you very much for inviting us to attend this important event. Thanks to the Khalifa International Award, Dr. Zaid, and then also all the distinguished members of the scientific committee. It's really an honor and privilege to attend this session. I think it outlines the program for the next international conference. My question relates to the 5 categories mentioned by the different scientific by the members of the scientific committee. Are these categories all evaluated equally, or there is a specific distribution of the total award per category? Just maybe to explain a little bit myself. The first category, I remember about research, it was mentioned that more than 60% of the applications actually falls under that category. My question is, the 5 categories, are they equally assessed, meaning the contribution or the percentage of the award which is being dedicated to the category, are they all the same, or they vary according to the different categories? Thank you very much.
The value is set. That is, it does not depend on the number of applications that we receive. The value of the prize is fixed no matter how many applications we get. It is correct that category 1 is the front runner with almost, or sometimes even more than half of the applications, but we treat all categories as equally as possible. And as I said, the award, the money, the award is fixed and does not depend on the number of applications.
Thank you, Professor Hoffman. I do second what His Excellency just mentioned as a reply. And I would like to add just one comment or point is in case some categories did not receive the interest or attention of more than 5 people, 5 candidates, in that case, the scientific committee will look at it, and probably if the scientific level of such application are not as equal as the other categories, in that case, the Honorable Scientific Committee will propose to withhold such category for being, awarded or nominating any winner. This is the opposite side of your question. Thank you. Mr. Ad, you have, I think, Professor Amin Merida, who has his hand up.
Professor Amin, please unmute yourself.
Professor Amin, unmute. You are muted. You are muted. Unmute yourself, please. Yes.
We can't hear you, Professor Amin. We are not hearing you anything from your side. Well, Dr. Zaid, we can't hear from Professor Amin
any hands up for any more question, please? Well, if there is no more questions, on behalf of the Khalifa Award General Secretariat and on behalf of His Excellency Sheikh Nahyan Mbarak Al Nahyan, Minister of Tolerance and Coexistence, President of the Board of Trustees, I would like to, and on your behalf, I would like to thank the honorable members of the scientific committee under the able leadership of Professor Hoffman. So everybody in the scientific committee, I will start by beauty and age, Professor Samir Shakir, Professor Harrison Hughes, Professor Yvonne Martel, Professor Franz Hoffman, Dr. Abdullah bin Abdullah, Dr. Fatma Al-Ansari, and of course, my dear friend, Dr. Jose Cabrero. So to all of you, thank you for being with us. Thank you for sharing your valuable experience. Some of you have been in this scientific committee for more than 10, 12 years. Some were recently, their name were added and their knowledge has been taken into consideration by everybody else. So thank you. Thank you to all participants to this conference. We do count on your continuous support, continuous encouragement. We will be happy to receive any suggestion, any valuable remark, and of course, we are preparing other important conferences. I think, Mr. Ahad, the next one will be, do you have a special date, please?
It is supposed to be by next week. It is not yet confirmed. Once it is confirmed, we will send all the announcement as usual by email and by WhatsApp groups.
But as far as I know, we are trying to get the Honorable Director General of the ICARDA to be with us, the Honorable Director General of the ACSAD, the Honorable Director General of Arenina, and so on, the regional organizations, to share with you their experience in the date palm industry and agricultural innovation in the region. Of course, we have other important colleagues who would like to share their experience with all of us. So we will make sure to inform you in advance, and we'll be happy to see you again. We are organizing such event usually at 8 p.m. UAE time because of the time difference between East and West. So for our dear colleague in North America is about 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. For us, it's the evening in Abu Dhabi, but here in Morocco is about 6 p.m. So if there is nothing to add, I would like to thank everybody. By the way, please, 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 we are not taking the full authority in selecting the conference people who's gonna give what. If somebody is ready to present a conference, is more than welcome. And we will encourage, self-proposition in case somebody would like to give a speech or to give a presentation. I want to end here, but I see a hand from my dear brother, Engineer Anwar Haddad. Do you want to say something? You are muted, Engineer. Yes.
No, good evening. Only I'm just clapping to say thank you very much. Thank you. Nothing.
Any other remark, question, please? Well, if it is not, I would like to thank again everybody and hope to see you soon. Wish you all the best, health to you and your family. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for your attendance and looking forward for meeting you in the next virtual lecture. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Ma salam. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.